Congratulations again on the car, John. Just wanted to go over some things with you. So here is your base payment, term, and rate. I want to let you know you can take delivery of the vehicle with approved credit at the base payment, but based on what we discussed earlier, I think there may be a few better choices for you and your family. Do you have any questions before I begin?
No.
Okay, so the first thing I'd like to go over with you is the Platinum option. This will include a vehicle protection plan. Exactly mirrors your factory warranty. Covers everything bumper to bumper for 6 years or 65,000 miles. Again, everything will be covered outside of major wear and tear items. Also includes things like trip interruption, rental car reimbursement, as well as towing coverage. The next is gap coverage. Are you familiar with what gap coverage is?
No.
Essentially, if your vehicle were ever to be totaled, not able to be repaired, your insurance company would come out and they would tell you your car is worth X. Normally they'll claim, wholesale value. Gap insurance does is covers the difference between what your car is worth and what you might owe the bank, and covers your insurance deductible, which you said is $1,000. Next is road hazard or tire and wheel. Will cover you for 5 years against any damage to the tires or rims, so potholes, nails in the tires, ice. Driving in New Jersey is pretty treacherous, so would make sure you wouldn't have to come out of pocket for a tire. Next is our maintenance plan. 20,000 and 30,000 mile service would be covered by Volkswagen as the manufacturer. You wouldn't be affected by any rise in labor costs or have any out-of-pocket costs for your regular scheduled maintenance. Next we have key care. Key fobs are about $250 plus programming. If you ever were to lose one, this would replace the keys on your keychain. Next is window etching. It's an 8-digit code that's etched on your windshield. If the vehicle were ever to be stolen and not recovered, they would give you up to a $4,000 credit. Also saves you about 15% on your comprehensive insurance. Last, we have the Nano, or the environmental protective coating. Protects the paint against things like acid rain, tree sap, oxidization, or anything that might damage or stain your interior. You spill coffee, juice. If you weren't able to get the stain out yourself, you could bring it back to us. We would have it professionally cleaned or replaced if need be. These are your payment options here and here. Do you have any questions before I move on to the gold option?
No.
Okay, so with the gold option, you would receive the same coverage as with the platinum. However, you would forfeit the nano protection. So imagine you went down the shore, you got a house with some of your friends, you parked the car for a week, you're walking around, going out to clubs and hanging out, and a week later you come back and you notice that some seagulls have pooped all over your car. The droppings have eaten through the paint in your car, and you're left with either paying for a new paint job, which could probably run you up to $2,500, or having to lose the value when you go to trade the car in the future. Here are the payment options here and here. Have any questions before I move on to the silver option?
No.
With the silver option, you get the same coverages as in the gold option. However, you would forfeit both the key care as well as the window etching. So imagine again that same vacation you go on. You may lose your keys in the sand or at a restaurant. Can't find them. Now you've got to come in and pay $300 something for a new key fob and programming, or you have to wait here for an hour, or you have to again take the loss when you go to trade in the car with only one key. Again, forfeiting the window etching would, if somebody ever stole your vehicle, you left it running outside a grocery store, you just ran in real quick, somebody stole the vehicle and it was never recovered to you, you'd not only be out all the payments, but all the money you'd put up initially as well. Have any questions? Oh, sorry. Here are your payment options here and here. You have any questions before I move on to the final basic option?
No.
Okay, so with the basic option, you would receive the same coverage as with the silver. However, you would forfeit the maintenance plan. So you come in for your 20,000 or 30,000 mile service. You'd have to pay out of pocket for those. Synthetic oil change can run about $80, plus with the rising costs of labor, you might be out a couple $100 collectively for both of those services, and would have to come out of pocket at that point for it. Here are your payment options here and here. Do you have any questions before I ask you to make a selection?
No.
Okay. Which of these options works best for you and your family?
Do I have to pick one?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm just can I stick with my base payment?
Sure. Let me just ask you to initial there, please. John, just out of curiosity, most of my customers that select the base payment, I just said something wrong. Rewind. Okay. John, I've been doing this for a while, and let me just ask you out of curiosity, most of my customers that choose the base payment do so for one of two reasons, either cost or the way the items were grouped. Can I ask which one it was for you?
I'm gonna say the way they were grouped.
Okay. Well, let me just ask you, which two of these options, or which way would you prefer the items to have been grouped where you would see, value in it?
I'm gonna say the gap and the vehicle protection plan because I can get wheels for pretty cheap.
The gap and the vehicle protection?
Yeah.
It's almost like the basic option, just without the wheels, you said.
Yeah. Would I be able to do that, or is that?
Sure. Yeah, we can do the vehicle protection plan. And the gap here. So if I could include the vehicle protection plan and the gap insurance for $44 a month, would that be a better option for you and your family?
I think so. Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Okay. Let me just ask you to circle out if that